Okay, here we are. Y'all, it has been a week. What? Second week of January. Welcome to the new year. Are you meeting the initiations that life is bringing you? My goodness. I could say so much, but I will begin by saying that I just had such a delightful afternoon serving tea to a man who I met at Dance Surrender last weekend. So for those of you watching, I DJ for this exquisite blindfolded partner dance experience where the leads have their sight, the follows do not. They are blindfolded, and the invitation is to step into a deeper state of surrender and to create a space where trust is a felt experience, is an embodied experience, and leads are invited into attuned, conscious, artful leadership. And of course, as you can imagine, in this space, people have all kinds of experiences. And I DJ for this experience. My dearest friend and co-collaborator, Lavona, is the one who birthed the idea, and she facilitates the experience. But I love coming in with my own invitations and meditations. And this last weekend, invited people to consider that when we're on the dance floor, when we're in the dance, and we have a moment where like some kind of judgment comes up of either ourselves or of other people, it's like that our tendency can be to stop, to pause, to just get stuck in the judgment and in the looping of whatever it is that we're judging ourselves about, we're judging other people about. And and to resist and avoid the judgment, my invitation was to like let that be there and like go into it instead of avoiding, resisting, making it wrong, whatever. Go into it. Let your aliveness like be felt by you in your body, right? Like let that judgment be a reminder. I'm going to come back into my body and go into whatever sensation, emotion is rising. Right? Because so much of our, like what happens when we judge is like we get out of, and then in the thinking mind, right? And we kind of pop out of our bodies, but like use the judgment as a way to come back into the moment. And I stepped on this person's toe instead of like retreating and oh my God, avoiding. Oh, I just did, it's like, okay, I stepped on this person's toe. Get great. And now I can like continue to be in the dance, or I can make it part of the dance, And, I just had it's such a beautiful night. Like every time we do this, every time we host this space, it just touches my heart so much what people like walk away with. And I had a gentleman who I really like had beautiful conversation with and was so excited to connect. And we ended up texting a little bit this week, and then I asked him to come over for tea. And so we had beautiful tea this afternoon and like covered so much terrain around relationships and feeling ourselves and God and masculine, feminine energetics and all of this stuff. And I'm just like, wow, so grateful for this life and so energized by these kinds of conversations. Oh my goodness. And so I know in a recent diary, I was sharing about, the space that I'm living in and this, the idea of like giving it up. And I love this home so much. I've put so much into this home in the last year and a half. And I realized today that I really cocooned in 2025. I was in this like cocooning and receiving deep like mentorship, and also I would say like spiritual edification from God, and from just like really being in prayer all last year is like when I really went into prayer. And also when I started reading the Bible and going to church regularly and like really being with myself after leaving the lifestyle that I left, the companion work and the kind of wild sexual lifestyle and the world of like psychedelics and all of that, right? Like I really spent so much of last year anchoring deeply in myself and my body and God and like the woman that I'm here to be, the wife that I'm here to be, like reckoning with that. I want to be a wife and a mother. And the word matriarch started coming in for me of like, who is that woman? Who is that woman? Right? And what kind of choices does she make? So powerful. And I might have talked about this in one of my previous videos, but just being in this space and the home that I've made it, and it's so beautiful. And I think I've just felt this like attachment to keeping it. And it's so interesting to feel this sense of, okay, actually, like it's not the things that are important. It's who I am. It's who I am. So grateful for the things. In fact, actually, the more I get anchored in who I am, the more I actually appreciate what I have. Like I'm not when I'm not in the constant need for more. I'm actually just anchored here and now in my body and in who I am. So this apartment is so beautiful. It's such a sanctuary and it's a reflection of who I am. And it was really nice to have that reflected by this new friend of mine who I hosted for tea, and really love that he said, that my home feels like such a sanctuary and that it is me. It's a reflection of me. I am the sanctuary. Love that. I am the sanctuary. Yes. I feel that. I've said this for a long time, and I've had other people say this about me, but I've claimed this, right? Like I want my presence to be a sanctuary. Yes. I want my home to be a sanctuary. Oh, imagine this is like such a energetic that is needed in the world. And it starts with us being that. It starts with me being that. So I share this because like I gave my notice on this apartment. So I have, as it stands, 6 weeks here. And it's been wild to feel like the freedom and like the openness for what's next, and then also the fear of the unknown. And I've journeyed enough through life and met enough initiations where I'm like able to meet the unknown. And there are times where I still thrash, still go kicking and screaming. And that kind of happened this week. It happened. I was really whacked with, seems like food poisoning. Pretty sure that's what it was, but it also felt like something bigger, and it was so coincidental, right? To be going through all this spiritual, emotional, energetic stuff that had been kicked up, and then the physical, and just having this literal purge. Physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, energetically. But I think that, I'm able to let myself go there. So glad that I let myself go there, because something that I have learned is that life is the medicine journey. Life is the medicine journey. Whatever's happening, can you let it be the medicine that is needed right now? It's delivering it to you. I think that it makes sense that people turn to medicines and to plant medicines to go on these journeys of purging, right? Literally, physically, emotionally, the tears, the shaking, the purging of through vomiting, through the other end. If you know anything about ayahuasca journeys, right, that happens, or that can happen. Shouldn't say it happens because it's not all the time, right? But and it depends on how much you take and all of that. But Bufo and people, with like DMT and psilocybin and LSD, like all these journeys that people go on, and even ecstasy, right? Like sometimes people take MDMA and it's like the purging of the tears and like the overwhelm of like, oh, emotion of love and feeling this like oneness and this connection, I mean, yeah, like those states are all possible with medicines, and those states are all possible without the medicine. And it's so interesting to me because I'm like, those medicine journeys gave me, and like, just the recreational use of some of those things, like gave me glimpses into that sense of oneness and that sense of connection to other and love and unity and harmony, right? And I can't stand here and say that I needed to do those things in order to experience this on the level that I do now. It was actually like, this is like the wild thing, right? Is actually me anchoring more deeply in my body, just sober, and anchoring into my relationship with God that has allowed me and my relationship with truth and with reality and with like being truly connected to my own body, to my own self, and therefore being able to actually be connected to another body, another person, fully present with them when I'm with them, and then to be able to be in this dance of consciousness and sharing together. So beautiful. So beautiful. And like drugs and outside medicines aren't required because the medicine is whatever life is presenting me with right now. And so I share all of that because this purge that I went through this week, it's like surrendering to this is what's coming up, this is what's coming through, and going through the tears and being with the reality of like the places of victimhood that I still have been living inside of, because I can see, this victim consciousness that I have over my life just tended to, and layer after layer, having it fall away because I'm actually willing to face it, the places in myself and my life that I've made myself a victim, and then feel the impact of that. Like, it's like one thing to be run inside the victim consciousness of, oh, poor me, and how, why don't I get certain things, or why does this happen for somebody else and not me, or like, what am I going to do? And and it's like lost and hopeless. And look, it's like, I think that we all deal with that to some degree. And then that victim consciousness is also the place from which we can blame other people, or blame ourselves, or blame God. But you're still in the same level of consciousness. And it is by becoming aware of that. And I have, throughout my life, all these moments, become more and more aware of it. It's like peeling back the layers of an onion, right? There's another layer, and there's another layer. And seeing the victim consciousness that was still playing, that the tape and those narratives that were still playing, and actually being with it, like not like being run by it. It's one thing to be run by it. It's another thing to see it, and then to be with it and the impact that it has had, right? Without getting stuck there, because that's more of the same. If I'm upset, if I'm shaming myself over like how much of a victim I've made myself, it's like another layer, right? But still, it's not being mad at the shame, at the victim consciousness that I feel, and then blaming other people. But it's like, be with all of it, be with the totality of it. This is why I'm so here for the body, the soma, the emotions, right? Be with the reality of what is. What are the sensations in your body? What are the emotions that are arising? What are the stories and the narratives? Like, bring it all to the table, to the floor, to the prayer mat. Bring it all. And go into it, letting oneself be with the reality of it, like letting it cycle through and noticing it. Bringing a level of consciousness to the whole enchilada, the whole experience. And trusting that there's going to be another side to it. But I think so many people get stuck in the place before, either in the consciousness, in the victim consciousness itself, or the place where they become aware of it, but then they're too afraid to go there and to deal with it, so they avoid it, but it just kind of keeps it in place. Or then we get the good girl or the good boy programming that's like, oh, well, okay, I just want to be good. I'm going to be good. I'm going to be good. Okay. Which also kind of like feels like a straitjacket to live in. I don't want to blame other people. I don't want to blame myself. I don't want to, it's all me. It's all me. It's so, I want to be a good person, all this, right? Like, instead of dealing with the reality of like, wow, I'm having these thoughts that are really negative about me, myself, or other people, and I'm feeling this way and all the sensation. It's like, again, bring it all. Bring it all. Lay it all out. And that's what I did. That's what I continuously do, but I did that in a really big way this week. And that's what actually moves something. This is why people come back from medicine ceremonies in the Amazon and they're like, wow, life is different, right? Yes, you moved energy. You don't have to go to the Amazon to do that. Come to your knees and feel what you feel. Allow it, give it permission, and it might take some practice. It will take practice if you're not used to that, you know? Gosh, I mean, yes, I've said this before. It's like I'm grateful for the people who really actually steward the medicines of the planet and steward well and with integrity, because not everybody does, right? It's the energy of the medicine, but it's also the people delivering it. That's part of the medicine. It's just like with tea. I love this. The man who taught me Gong Fu Cha, Sohan, and I did a podcast episode with him. I'll link it below. But one of the things that he shared with me when he taught me this practice of Gong Fu Cha tea, you know, you are the person serving the tea. You are experiencing, the people drinking the tea are experiencing the chi of the tea, the energy of the tea, right? And the way that the specific energy of this kind of tea feels in your body. But also the chi of the person serving is awakening the chi of the tea, so that the same tea poured by different people will be a different experience. And we'd even test this and have 3 people serving the same type of tea, and you could try different people's tea, and the experience of it, the feeling of it was different. Even the taste, different. It's the same thing with medicines. So being mindful of who we receive and experience medicine journeys from is so important. But ultimately, as I was saying, we don't need to go to some foreign place to have a medicine journey. We don't need to imbibe some substance to have a medicine journey. Be with the reality of what is. So wild how much we collectively have learned to, been and trained to avoid reality, to resist, to distract ourselves from the simplicity of what is so. What is so? We have all these narratives, right, that run the show. What is so? What is so? So, going through this wave myself, it's like, instead of trying to keep and hold on to this apartment, it's like, okay, maybe the invitation here is for me to step into the next chapter. I don't know what it looks like. Maybe it looks like me having a different apartment, and I just don't know where yet. Maybe it looks like me traveling for a while, which I love to travel. I love it so much. It fills me with so much life. Like, I love traveling. I want to have a home base. I want to have a home, be able to travel freely, you know? It's the dream. And ultimately, dream is to meet the man that I have this home with and create a beautiful home together and to travel and to host people in our home. Like, that is the ultimate dream. And so excited. I feel so excited for that to happen. And yeah, I just don't know what the coming chapter will look like. But I feel this sense of, desire for movement. And it's like, God wants me to move. Like when God says move, move. And I don't have to know what it all looks like. And also, it's kind of fun, the idea of, continuing to share on YouTube and share my journey and these video diaries from wherever I am. And gosh, there's so many conversations I feel excited to have and to host and to share with you all. And yeah, even today, this gentleman, I asked him if he will do a recorded conversation with me, and he said yes. So many conversations I feel excited to have and to share. Such amazing people in my life. And guess what? There's amazing people everywhere. I tend to find them and attract them. And like, that's such a joy. It's such a joy. And I think that also just being someone who is like in inquiry with other people in the world and curious and in discovery and in wonder. It's a really good way to be in the world and to invite new, beautiful, interesting experiences and relationships into one's life. To be in wonder about a person, wonder about, oh, maybe I should try this experience. I wonder about, oh, I'm interested in that. Like, maybe I should try it out, being in wonder about life, the beauty of life, the beauty of nature, being in wonder about oneself. Like, what is this? What is it to have a body? What is it to be a being? What is it to be a woman? What is it to be a man? What is it to be someone who has creative callings in this life? Oh, I wonder. Wonder is such a spaciousness and wonder. This is why I playfully have come to describe myself as a facilitator of wonder, because gosh, at the end of the day, if I can facilitate that for people, then I feel grateful and I feel that I have been of service. Because what is the opposite of wonder? It's like rigidity. It's like, it's closure. It's like contraction. There's like a smallness to it. Wonder is so big. So big. There's so much space to play. It's like we're returning to our childlike essence. Children are in wonder. Children have such brilliance and beauty and like love emanating from them. And like joy and truth, honesty emanating from them, because they're just in wonder. They're, wow, what is this place? Who are all these big beings? What does that mean? Like, they're just in wonder. It's so beautiful. So good. Oh my gosh. I feel excited. I feel excited to drink more tea with people, have more people on the dance floor. It's, I think, January 17th right now. If you happen to be around in New York, next Saturday, January 24th, hosting Base Temple. We're activating the primal body through bass music, getting our animal online, which I was so here for this. I was just sharing with my friend earlier, my new friend, how I, learning about somatics, learning about the nervous system and the way that we can go into this parasympathetic freeze and the sympathetic fight and flight, right, response in the nervous system. It's all of those are important. They're all important. And when we get stuck in one, or we get entrained to, okay, when something scary happens, I fight. And this is not a situation where I need to fight, but something in me is getting triggered into fight, right? Same thing with freeze and that retreat and retracting. I feel something with the work that I do with people around activating the body and the primal body is to get those places of freeze out of freeze, to actually feel our feet in our primality, our physicalness, instead of retreating and going inward, or being so outward and if you think about fight or flight, right? It's fighting this outward force, or fleeing, running away, I've got to get somewhere else. Okay. Freeze is this inward, and there's something collapsed about it. But bringing presence to the body, to the experience of the body, bringing movement to the body that is joyful in nature, that is expressive in nature, that is I'm here and I'm feeling myself and I'm feeling the music. This is what I love about bass heavy music, is it's literally you feel it in the lower regions of the body. Those lower frequencies, we feel them in the base of the body. It's bass speakers, when you go to a concert, are the ones on the bottom, because it's the lowest frequency, and they're the frequency that you can feel the most. So I love bass music so much. Yeah. So come dance with me. If you're watching this at some later date, know that I might be DJing somewhere soon. Probably am, hopefully am. And you should come, invitation. And also that I'm available. I'm available as a DJ. If you have some kind of event that you have a vision for, that you would like to have a DJ like myself at, or that you want me to bring one of my events to you or to your city, I love that idea. Love. I traveled. Well, I didn't travel outside the US until I was 30. I was 30 years old. Was it 2018? So I was about to turn 31. That's right. Yeah. So I was 30. I had been wanting to travel since I was very young. Went to Paris, France for the first time. And that was a year after moving to New York. So good. I'd always wanted to travel. God, a dream in my heart for so long. Finally went to Paris. Beautiful, of course. Love France. And since then, I've been to 12 countries. And I had this moment. I've known, first of all, love exploring, period. Love exploring. But I also know that I am meant to travel with something, with an offering of some kind, right? That I've done it to some extent. Excited for this next era of traveling with DJing, with my offerings, with tea, with gathering people, with working one-on-one with people, with whatever it is. I love the idea of traveling with something to offer, some way of serving. Excited to finally publish a book of poetry that I can then travel with and host little poetry gatherings. Oh, so much to come. So much. I feel excited. Thank you so much to anyone listening to this. Yeah. Just being me. Yeah. And an invitation for people to be themselves and to be seen in who you are. It's kind of funny that it took me this long to realize, like, oh, YouTube. Like, it's the channel for you. Channel for me. Channel for you. It's YouTube. Yeah. I mean, gosh, we have such a selection of people to tune into now. Near infinite selection. Who are you in training into? Who are you allowing to teach you and to seed your mind and imagination with things? You know, are you watching things that are expanding your thinking and contributing to your heart and soul and body and mindset and habits? So, oh gosh, I feel like I'll end here for now. I feel excited. I don't know what's going to happen in the next 6 weeks, but that's a good stretch of time. And given the way the first 2 weeks of this year have gone, it's going to be something. So, blessings if you've made it this far. I love to know when people actually, watch what I am putting out. I've gotten a couple of phone calls and texts and, comments and messages, and appreciate all of you. Truly, truly means a lot to me to feel like received. And yeah, my blessing to you. My goodness. We're 2 weeks into 2026. If you watch this at some later date, welcome to your year. I hope it goes well for you. May you meet the moment as it is and be with whatever medicine the moment is here to deliver unto you. Blessings.